A slow and steady financial strategy to financial freedom. I know what it's like when it's hard to be financially stable when you're always playing catch up. I grew up in a single family, low income household, and at times the struggle was real. You may feel like you can't afford to save for retirement or invest in your future because you have a lot of bills getting in the way and tons of debt to pay off. And you aren't alone. The average American has $90,460 in debt, while the typical American household now carries an average debt of $145,000. Well, the slow and steady approach may be the best way for you to achieve financial freedom. You can make small but essential changes in your spending and saving habits that will compound over time and help you reach your financial goals. So when you take a slow and steady approach to your finances, I'm not saying that you will become a millionaire overnight. And I'm certainly not saying this is the best solution for everyone. Still, you will be able to sleep at night knowing that you are on the right track, having less stress and anxiety about money and your future. Hey, what's going on, my friends? It's your man Adam Ace Spencer here with another M1 Finance portfolio update. But before we get into the updates, I want to help explain the importance of managing and growing your money for your future. I contribute $25 a week to each of my two portfolios. One portfolio consists of growth stocks, while the other pays out dividends. And it's always a good idea to make financial plans. It's even better when you can do it in such a way that you're saving, investing, and preparing for retirement all at the same time. That said, there's no one-size-fits-all plan because each person has different goals and needs, and the key is to create a strategy that works for you and your family. Financial planning is essential for all aspects of your life. I know you've been told this 100,000,000 times, but I'm telling you, it can help you save for retirement, invest in your future, and prepare you for unexpected expenses. And while it may seem like a lot of work, financial planning doesn't have to be complicated. A few basic steps can help you get started with managing and growing your money. The first step is to assess your current financial situation. This includes looking at your income, expenses, and debt. Getting an annual free copy of your credit report will help give you insight into your financial situation and overall debt. The next step is to track your spending to have a clear idea of where your money is going. This will help you identify any areas where you can cut back or save money. You'll be surprised to find that you spend more than you realize on unnecessary items. It's important to make realistic goals that you can actually achieve. By no means am I saying not to believe in yourself. For example, I love Grant Cardone's 10x rule, where you should set targets that are 10 times greater than what you think you can achieve. You want to be smart about your plans and consider having some more safer goals too. Once you have a clear picture of your finances, you can set some financial goals. These can be short-term, like saving for a new car or a vacation, or long-term, like saving for retirement. Once you have your goals in mind and a good handle on your spending, you can start to develop a budget. Budgeting will allow you to allocate your funds to meet your goals and needs. This will help you track your spending and make sure you're not overspending. It's also an excellent way to ensure you're saving enough money to reach your goals. For example, if you want to save for a down payment on a house, you must make sure that you are setting aside enough money each month. Last but not least, you'll need to put your plan into action. This might mean setting up an emergency savings account first, investing in a retirement fund, and changing your spending habits. It may take some time and effort to get everything in order, but it's worth it. Remember, nothing significant happens overnight. You will have to be patient, work hard, and stay focused on your goals. So remember, financial planning is a crucial part of the financial independence journey. By assessing your finances and setting some goals, you can ensure you're on the right track to financial freedom. In my case, among my personal accounts include my M1 Finance Growth Portfolio and M1 Finance Dividend Portfolio, where I contribute $25 every week. While I haven't entirely decided what these investment portfolios will be going towards, some options include a new car that I'd use in my consulting business and for personal needs, maybe a vacation, or a nice big gift for my mother. So as you can see, my larger portfolio of the two is our dividend portfolio, which is full of dividend stocks and has a current value of $2,160.90 and has a return of about 5%. This is currently, as you can see, our all-time. It has an earned dividend of almost $70. And if we were to look at the past day, you would see we're up about a little less than 1%. We are up about a little over 1% in the past week. 1 month, we're up about 0.5%. In 1 quarter, we're down about 3.60%. In 1 year, we're up 1.17%. So, this portfolio as a whole has been pretty consistent despite the volatility that the market has experienced over the past year. I mean, I wouldn't really say it's been volatile over the past year. It's been pretty pretty good. It's been on an upward trend prior to 2022. Over the past few months, though, you can see when we look at the past quarter, that's where you can see a lot more volatility, and that's where we were down quite a bit. However, this portfolio is still up much more than our growth portfolio, and it didn't experience as much volatility. And that's because this dividend portfolio is full of more value-based companies that have been around and established and proven themselves a bit more than our growth plays. So when we look at our portfolio to see who is performing best, you can see Coca-Cola is at the top with about 29.69% return. Then you have Newt here at 28.75%, followed by PepsiCo at 26.90%, Procter & Gamble 19.58%, Johnson & Johnson at about 17%, Realty Income, our second REIT in here, is at about 14%, and then in the red we have Verizon Communications down 4.85%, JP Morgan Chase down 7.86%, and then you can see we have Innovative Industrial Properties down 16.57%, followed by 3M, which is down 23.55%. So as a whole, as I mentioned, you can see we're up about 5%, and of our earned, gains, it's actually primarily, or I shouldn't even say primarily, excuse me, it's all coming from our earned dividends. Our market gain is actually down $3.05. And you can see when we look at our earned dividends, we're making pretty good money from the companies we have in our portfolio, mostly Newtek, which has paid us $21.17 in dividends alone. They are killing it compared to everyone else. And the beauty of where they currently stand and sit within our portfolio is that our overall market gains from Newtek is also up. So that's really something positive and really good that you want to see from companies in your portfolio. Someone that can pay you good earned dividends, but also is showing you an increase in their stock price where you're also up quite a bit as well. Now, on the other hand, on the flip side of things, we have our growth portfolio, which is currently down. Well, hold on. Let me say, over the past day, we're not currently down yet. Hold on. Over the past day, we're down 3.49%. Over the past week, hey, we got some green. We're up 1.33%. And over the past month, we are up 11.93%. In the past quarter, though, we're down 11.14%. In 1 year, or all time, we're down 19.88%. So as you can see, our current value is $1,209.98. Basically our net cash flow, about $1,400 is what we've pretty much contributed to this portfolio, and our gains are down $189.14. So you can see our current value is $1,209.98, where we've contributed about $1,400 in total to this portfolio, and we're down $189.14. So unfortunately, this portfolio is not doing as well as our dividend portfolio, and that should be expected because at the beginning of this year and in February, I'd say a little at the beginning of March, we've experienced a very bearish market, especially with growth companies. And when we look at our portfolio to see who's performing well, who's hanging in there, who's not, you can see at the top of our list is CleanSpark, who is up 45.60%, followed by ChargePoint Holdings up 38.23%. Navita is up 22.63%. Backed Holdings is up 15.34%. And unfortunately, everyone else in here is in the red, where we have Fuel Cell Energy down 19.21%. SEMrush down 36.92%. Coinbase is down 37.34%. Palantir Technologies is down 44.37%. And DraftKings is down 57.26%. So as a whole, as I mentioned, our portfolio is not doing so hot. But you can see at one point, this was literally cut pretty much in half compared to where we are today. Of course, we didn't have as much money contributed, but ultimately, you can see we were down pretty big. What's the biggest difference we saw? 1 quarter? 1 year? There you go. 19.88%. But we were down much more than that at times. And, it wasn't a pretty sight. 40%, 30%. It's never fun when you have your hard-earned money kind of disappearing right before your eyes. And especially when it's kind of at no doing of your own. However, this is your doing because this is your portfolio and you decided on what companies you would invest your money in. And we understand when you invest in a growth company and growth portfolios like this, it's because you are hoping, you are speculating, you are under the assumption or impression that your money will generate greater and larger returns than what we're seeing from more value-based, more dividend-paying companies, dividend stocks, similar to what we have in our dividend portfolio. But because of this down, this bearish market that the economy experienced, we lost quite a bit of money. However, you can see it's starting to come back, and it's looking really good. So potentially in another week or 2 weeks, we might be in the green and up, 10%. And one thing you'll notice here is how much it fluctuates here with the growth side, where right here, 1 month ago, we're actually up almost 12%. That is quite a bit compared to the difference that you saw with our dividend portfolio. And the peak, the max that you'll pretty much see, even when I think when we were down the most, it was probably a little more than this 4%, 3.68% right there that you just saw. But ultimately, this is kind of the range that I expect with the dividend portfolio. I don't really expect our returns to be too crazy, too drastic when it comes to on at least the stock price front. However, through time, we will continue to generate more and more dividends, and the combination of us continuing to contribute $25 along with our investments being reinvested into to this portfolio, it's going to, that compound interest is going to help it really work for us and get our money to grow for us. And that's really what it's all about. Just being consistent, continuing to contribute to this on an ongoing basis will help us with being, more, I guess you can say, steady and safer than investing in only growth companies like we have with our other portfolio. So it's very important that you understand the difference there, and you can kind of see why we do have a dividend portfolio here. Now, one difference I do want to point out, obviously, I started this portfolio earlier than our growth portfolio. But more importantly is this large jump here, which is a $500 contribution that we made here in this portfolio that helped to pretty much speed up this process of getting more money to start to work for us. So when we do get our dividends, we're going to, get a larger amount than what we would have been given if we did not make that $500 contribution. Now, that said, maybe we got to throw in a nice $500 chunk in our growth portfolio as well, even things out a bit. And also consider adding one more new growth stock in our growth portfolio, because as you can see here, we actually have 10 stocks here inside of our dividend portfolio. So that might be the one other change we consider making with our growth portfolio. But otherwise, my friends, there is a link down below to M1 Finance where you can get some free stocks if you haven't started your own dividend or growth portfolio. So definitely check out that link. So I hope this video has shown you that financial planning is an important aspect of the financial independence journey. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So don't expect all of your dreams to happen overnight. If you're not sure where to start or need some extra motivation, be sure to watch one of these 2 videos. Much appreciation for watching. Smash that like button, and you already know I gotta keep it moving, but I'll see you in the next video. Peace.